Hi, this time I wanted to talk about red herrings. This was inspired by a recent conversation that I had with Shoner. By the way, today, later on, I'm going to be uploading a new recorded conversation dealing with psionics in tabletop role playing games. Please check it out. But back to this video's topic. In that conversation, Shoner was asking about a specific situation in tabletop RPGs where the players were completely lost. They were following this red herring, this false clue, or whatever you want to refer to it as, and they were reaching many dead ends. They were like getting into sticky situations. So I gave him a certain response, but I think I could have been a bit more clear, more elaborate. And my conversation with Shoner will be found in the description of this video. When it comes to red herrings, false clues, and the like, I think they can actually be beneficial to the session because sometimes you encounter some side quests or side events. It is only when many things are going against the player characters that I think, as a game master, you could provide some support, but not to the point that you end up railroading the entire situation. You wanted the players to encounter their own rails or create their own rails during the adventure. So I think it's a good idea to make it obvious that there are other avenues to explore. I gave an example when I used to play several years back the Made tabletop RPG, a really fun RPG if you like anime type of situations, crazy anime situations. It's basically a science fantasy catch-all RPG. You could play it as over the top or as realistic as you want it to be. But it is quite common to see ninja maids, alien maids, cyborg maids. And I always use this setting that I refer to as the dimensional mansion. It's a very convenient setting for the game master because it's basically a mansion that is connected to all sorts of places in time and space. It can take you to distant worlds, planes of existence, etc. So in the Made tabletop RPG, it's usually a competitive situation. The players are participating as these crazy anime girls, typical anime maid girl, and they are trying to win the affection of the master of the mansion. So in that case, and I always, when it comes to one shots with different groups, I always use this scenario because it's so easy to handle. The master, it's going to be the master's birthday, and they either need to find the perfect birthday present or they want to carry out the perfect birthday celebration or both. And so all of the mates are using the different portals in the mansion to travel to all sorts of places to obtain the perfect party tools or trappings or whatever, or the present, the gift, to please the master and win the game, so to speak. And there was this maid that she was a cyborg maid. She had encountered this alien that had gotten into the mansion, and she defeated the alien, and she was going through the database of the alien ship. It was like a mini UFO. But it was funny because when she was like in her normal mode, she was like, yeah, typical anime girl attitude. But when she connected to a mainframe or something, she was like getting access to the system, as it was like all serious, all computery like. And she detected that there were 3 locations that this alien had visited, and there were like details or data concerning this wondrous treasure that could produce. It was like a device when you held it, and pretty much any object that you could imagine would be produced by the machine. So she wanted to present that to the master as a sort of machine where the master could think about any waifu or anime character, whatever, and the machine would reproduce the figure, the collectible figure. So it was pretty like a silly reason. But she started to look through the different locations that this alien had visited, because supposedly that machine was hidden in some sort of space and time continuum. And she went first to the Old West, and she was pretty much reaching a dead end. And she was like, and the only thing that I have found is this weird cactus plant. And I actually made it so that the cactus plant was actually like an alien monster. and the cactus plant was like roar, and she was like ah, and she had to fight against the cactus plant. But I always made it clear that the mates were experts at identifying the dimensional portals, taking them to other places or to the mansion, back to the mansion. So every time she went close to a cemetery or some sort of sacred ground or some sort of strange place in the wilderness, I always made it clear that as you walk past this ancient site, you can see the small glimpses, the energy traces of a portal leading back into the mansion. So each mate had their own technique to go back to the mansion or to travel to other places. In the case of the cyborg, it was more like a computery thing, like a gizmo or gadget type of mechanism that she was able to open portals. In the case of a ninja maid, she was basically using, the hand gestures or hand signs of the ninja, the kuji in, to create those portals and move to other places and so forth. But I always made it clear that there was this other portal. So when the maid felt like she was reaching a dead end, she would only need to locate the nearest portal and go through that one and try out some other time and place. She ended up finding the machine in this like Sherlock Holmes type of situation. She went to London at that particular time. She also had a crazy fight with Jack the Ripper. And so when it comes to red herrings, my point is that you don't want to railroad the player characters, but you want to make it obvious that there are other avenues of exploration. This is also related to my video where I talk about consistency in an RPG world. There are some awful game masters out there that make it so that anything that the players are looking for, they are going to find it. If they are looking for secret doors in that wall over there, oh, voila, your wish is granted. They should be called like wish granting game masters, perhaps. If they are looking for a magical artifact or item, they are looking under the bed. Oh, there it is. Nonsensical. That has no coherence, no sense of realism within the fiction. So you don't want those awful situations. You want, like I said, in the case of red herrings, or when the player characters feel a bit lost, you could point them to other directions, other areas of exploration. Maybe a non-player character arrives, maybe they are lost in the wilderness or something, looking for a place. And just like in real life, if you are go missing, those that know about you, or perhaps that have heard about you, maybe they are curious and go look for you. And hey, what are you doing here? Everyone is waiting for you over there. Or, this is not the place that you want. Your princess is in another castle. You need to go over there. Or maybe the player characters find some item or map or information that points in the right direction. So this is basically it. Red herrings, they are excuses for good side quests, for some funny moments, like in the case of the maid that found that monstrous cactus plant. But if you think it's better for the adventure, don't force the players. Provide them, give them some obvious other avenues, clues to explore, or other non-player characters to talk to in relation to what they are looking for. Thank you for watching this video. As always, thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Have you dealt with a strange red herring situation? Please let me know in the comment section, either as a game master or player. I would love to know your thoughts on that. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you, and see you later.